Minister Jacob Zhimomi Prater said a neutral area squaw khande development loi jabule diktar thagya chinta uthaigina government ke itu mamla do central authorities kan logure loi jabule mangkurshe. Assembly de Zhimomi Prater ke department bishe India government laga flagship program kan implement kriya se kintu kunuba jaga de neutral zones kuigina thagya pra kam jabule na pare. Border area khande thik thak location lagya aro meeting khande kunuba maps or records kan alak state laga jaga de ahija itu pra confusion ania kushe. Taipa itu mamla Geological Survey of India geloi jabule suggest kushe.
Sir, thank you for the time. State jurisdiction boundary, state security and integrity is our government's priority. That's why I want to add. Last time also I read address this issue because it's very important. It concerns our geographical jurisdiction, though we be tagged as DAP. So we have many departments which are implementing flagship programs, including the both sectors, all the CRF. So I want to request if our government can write to the appropriate authority, maybe the MHA also, the central government's program, which is the central government's agenda to fulfill the aspirations of the states, should not be hindered by the so-called forces who are at the neutral areas. That request has to be made. Secondly, all these flagship programs, especially in the border areas, we need to give real-time depiction as required by the criteria of the concerned ministries. So we found a lot of difficulties. Many departments had come in the planning meeting saying that it depicted a different state. So it becomes very difficult for clarification with the ministries. So projects are implementing within the state as prepared by the department, but there in the center, the problem starts. So that's number one. I want to request through your office, if we can write to the GSI, Geological Survey of India, they have to redraw these areas or the legitimate part which stands with the state of Nagaland. They may call it a DAP area, which was filed under one civil suit by one fellow from Assam in the late 70s. It's not our terminology. For us, it's not disputed, by the way. It was termed by them in the court. Matter is subjectized in the court to give the verdict. It is up to the Honorable Supreme Court. But we have occupied these places for 100 years, given permit by the respective governments since British times. 5 of us from Dimapur district who are elected members. If you go and export the data given by the GSI, we have to go to dispute to attend assembly, not Nagaland. If Supreme Court, if that has to be a basis, they may give to the Supreme Court. So I think this is a very important subject for a state government. This has to be corrected immediately. GSI has to be told, and they have to redo this geographical mapping of the state of Nagaland correctly. It stands at 16,584, I think. So whether these areas have been included officially has to be calculated. My area covering the western part, I have an area coverage of more than 68 kilometers covering boundary with the state of Assam. We have no issues like other neighboring areas like Wokha. But still, it's depicted elsewhere. So this is a very disturbing issue. We have to write this to the ministry, all departments, especially way life, water, road, medical. So this is one concern. And I think we have discussed, we have not documented with the state government of Assam, but I still remember vividly in 2016, later part of 2016, there was a meeting in Kaziranga, headed by Chief Secretary of Nagaland and elected members. We decided road and medical facilities, school education, places of religious practices should not be disturbed at all by this arrangement of 1972 or 79, which is a biased arrangement. So these are the areas we discussed verbally. It was not documented perhaps, but we see that an honorable member was pointing out in some areas in the Bogajan sector which state government boundaries, our department wanted to open a petrol pump and CRPF did not allow. In that belt they have 9 petrol pumps in the DAB jurisdiction, whereas they want to control our decision to have a petrol pump there. So we told them, you first remove your petrol pump. DC Sarupatha, we told them, I sent the Deputy Commissioner Newland, you first remove your petrol pump, then you tell us. You first remove your 9 police outposts, you tell us to withdraw a temporary arrangement during eviction drive which we have stationed in the sector A and B with us. So they kept quiet. And this is true, this is not a fabricated thing that I am sharing in the August House. So, you see, this agreement has to be revisited in future for the integrity and security of our state. So, this is what I wanted to share with you. Thank you.
Thank you.